Alright, so today we're going to play Good Cop, Bad Cop, which is a card-based deduction game where a group of players are going to be honest cops and a group of players are going to be crooked cops, and those two teams are trying to discover who the agent and the kingpin are, the head of the honest cops and the head of the crooked cops. And shoot the opposing team's leader. Setup for this game is really simple because all of the cards have a little circle with a number in the top right-hand corner that tells you how many players you use that card with. So if you're playing with 4 players, you just go through and take all the cards that say 4+ on them. The gameplay primarily revolves around these integrity cards that tell you if you are honest or crooked, if you're the agent or the kingpin. You're going to take the number that you need for the number of players that you're playing. You're always going to include the agent and the kingpin. And then whatever quantity of honest and crooked integrity cards. You'll shuffle those up, distribute them so that every player gets 3 cards. Once each player has their 3 cards, they take a look at those 3, and whatever the majority of them are for you is what team you're on, unless you have the agent, in which case you are the agent, or the kingpin. So, for everyone else, you're going to have either 2 crooked cards or 2 honest cards, and that tells you which team you're on. Everyone's also going to start the game with 1 equipment card, and equipment also have a little number in the top corner, so you just sort out the ones that you don't need if you're playing with a smaller player count, like 4 players, which is what our game's going to be. And these equipment cards give you special powers during the game. Some of them will tell you that you use it as your action for your turn, but most of them you can just play at any time out of turn. And they'll let you do things like investigate other players' cards or change another player's team. So you can do some pretty interesting things with your equipment cards. You can only ever have 1 of them. So when we talk about actions, if you try to draw a second equipment card, then you have to discard 1 of the 2 that you have at the end of your turn. You're always going to use the lead investigator tile, which just marks whose turn it is, and on the back has a quick summary of the actions you can take during your turn. There are also 2 wounded tiles, and we'll talk about those in a second. And then guns, depending on the number of players. There are 2 for 4+, 1 for 5+, and 1 for 7+. So on your turn, you'll get the lead investigator tile. Your primary action for most of the game is probably going to be to investigate, which allows you to look at one of the other players' integrity cards. So you're going to get 3 of these cards, and you set them down in front of you in any order, but that order does not change during the game. So if someone investigates your cards and they take the one in the middle and they see that it's an honest card, they know that the card that's in the middle in your 3 cards is always going to be an honest card, unless some equipment mechanic changes that. You can take the equip action on your turn, which allows you to draw the top card from the equipment deck and take that for yourself. To do this, you have to flip over one of your integrity cards that's in front of you and reveal it to the entire table. So as you gain more equipment during the game, you're giving away more and more information to everyone else. So you need to pay attention to which cards people have seen so that you can try to manipulate the information that they have available to them. Your third available action is to take the arm action, which allows you to take one of the guns from the center of the table and place it in front of you. You then take aim at the end of your turn, and this happens after every turn, but it's only relevant after you pick up a gun. And that means that you point your gun at one of the other players. And you have to make it clear who you're pointing your gun at. So if you're playing with a lot of people, then you need to indicate, like, I'm pointing my gun at you, so that everyone knows who this gun is pointed at. In order for you to shoot at that person, which is your fourth action, your gun has to already be aimed at them. And because aiming takes place after your first action, that means that you have to have aimed at the person that you're going to shoot in the turn before you actually get to shoot them. Unless equipment allows you to change that in some way. And then your fourth action is shooting someone. If you get shot, if you're the agent or the kingpin, you take one of those wounded tokens that we talked about earlier, because the agent and the kingpin each need to get shot twice before they're out of the game and the game ends. If you aren't the agent or the kingpin and you get shot, you're dead, and you're out of the game. The game ends as soon as either the agent or the kingpin is dead, and the opposing team wins. So the honest cops win if the kingpin is killed, and the crooked cops win if the agent is killed. Alright, I'm going to investigate, because I'm the lead investigator. I'm going to look at Bonnie's middle card. I think that's where she'd hide her secrets.
I'm going to look at my equipment card first, because I think that's important. That's stupid. Okay. I want better equipment, but I don't want to reveal one of my cards this early. I will also investigate. I know 1/3 of your agenda.
Yep.
I'm going to investigate.
We're all looking into each other's business.
Seems like the way to go.
It's like, what if we all just investigate just like the whole game and then just
investigate?
Yeah.
Oh no!
I don't even know which card that is.
I'm gonna investigate again. Check out Bonnie's action. Oh. Let me see. Okay. Oh no!
Just randomly shoot somebody.
Okay.
This does seem like a way to go.
Yeah, like mind you, this game does play up to 8 people, so
That would make things more difficult.
Now, just to be clear, did you see what she just looked at because she held it up like this towards your entire side of the table?
You could just look at it.
He could just take the action and look at it too, and then we'd all be fine.
Before I take my investigation action,
Equipment?
I'm gonna do
What's gonna happen?
some illegal wiretapping and investigate 2 players at the same time.
Edward Snowden.
I mean, you could have done that during someone else's turn.
I know. Look at Josh here.
Yeah, I don't think he looked at any of my cards.
Okay. And I'm gonna take a look at one of your cards. Okay. And then
Put that on the bottom of the equipment deck.
bottom of the equipment deck.
What's your action? Investigate some more.
I am gonna investigate some more with all my information. Okay. There you go.
I'm gonna arm myself.
Oh.
I'm gonna point my gun at Bonnie.
And so now what do I do?
Well, you got a
you
gun
got an
pointed
action.
at you, and on my next turn, if I choose
could
to
shoot at you.
then I'll shoot you. And
Who you're gonna arm up to?
oh,
Oh, it's a Mexican standoff.
okay.
Oh,
Well,
okay,
Bonnie is the agent.
that's true.
Oh, should I not have revealed
That's
that?
probably not the card I would have
wanted to
I would have
do.
revealed.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm bad at this.
It's fine. It
I
just means that whoever the
only
crooked
half paid
cops
attention.
are will want to shoot you now.
Okay, so I can.
Oh, can I go back and?
Nope, too late.
It's yeah.
I mean, we could use the magic of cinematography to change that, but I think, like, at this point, it's kind of...
Oh, what can I do now?
I'm going to use my planted evidence.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
You dirty cop.
Oh,
Does
no.
it seem like a...
Place this card face up in front of any player. For the rest of the game, all of that player's crooked cards are treated as honest cards, and all of their honest cards are treated as crooked cards.
Ah, it's topsy-turvy!
It is topsy-turvy.
You guys hear about OJ?
Like, recently, or, like, in the last
Like-
10
Like,
years?
they just found the
Like the TV
knife.
show?
No, like they just found the knife at some cop's house,
Oh, man.
buried in the yard. It's total. I thought you guys were on the internet.
Hmm.
They barely made a blip on the internet.
You barely made it.
Well,
Zing!
I guess I can't pick up a gun because you're both holding them, so
Yeah, that's true.
I guess I'm going to grab some equipment, since that seems like the only thing that's really useful to me right now.
And whatever card you flip, it's going to be the opposite of what it is?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, you've got equipment.
Are you gonna shoot me?
I probably should.
It's a big test of what his loyalties are.
Yeah, I'm gonna shoot you. And
Do I get the
you
wounded?
get
You get wounded.
I have to put my gun down.
I drink some coffee, so it's immediately my turn again.
Okay.
I pick up this gun.
It's after.
Turn one of your cards over.
So okay, she
After
just
the
gets
current
wounded.
turn ends, yeah, she got wounded. She gets to draw an equipment card for being wounded. Which means you get to keep one of your equipment cards, so discard one of the two.
Can I look at this one?
Yeah, look at your
Okay.
two equipment cards and decide which one you want to keep. You can't use it immediately, you have to just get rid of one of them.
I don't want that one. Get away.
Okay. Sure.
So I drink some coffee and take a gun, and that was my turn.
That's a good. Are you pointing it at me?
It is right now pointing at you.
Jerk.
So it's my turn now?
It is your turn.
Is that how that works?
Coffee says it becomes your turn immediately, and then
You have to turn a card up to pick up the gun, though.
oh, okay. It's topsy-turvy.
Oh no.
I don't know where we stand.
Am I a good guy? Am I a bad guy? No one knows.
I'm gonna put down a smoke grenade, and the turn order is permanently reversed. The end of my turn.
Oh man.
I'm gonna draw an equipment card and reveal one of my cards. It's your turn. Oh, you point at. Are you pointing at me at the end of your turn? You were pointing at her at the start of your
That's
turn.
true.
So
I'm aiming at you at the end of my turn.
okay, what's your action? Because
To aim.
No, changing aim is not an action. That's
Is
the
it
thing
not?
you do at the end of your turn.
You're gonna shoot
Is it
me, and then
I'm gonna investigate you.
Okay. Shocking.
It was.
Truth serum. Turn one of your cards face up.
I equip.
Turn one of your cards face up to do it.
Yep.
You shoot me?
I do shoot you. Take a wound.
Well, that would only be true if he's the kingpin.
Well, it is true because
he is the kingpin.
Also, I guess when you got shot... Well, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure if she had to flip all her cards, but it didn't matter since we already knew she was the agent.
Yeah.
What's your equipment? Are you going to use that action?
No.
Before it's, like, gone forever?
What if I didn't push record? Oh,
well, if not, then all we have is the above times.
Yep.
Okay, that makes it your turn.
Yep, I got shot.
You got shot?
I get an equipment card for getting shot.
Why'd you take my gun away?
Because
you drop your gun when you shoot.
You're like, blam, blam!
Yeah.
Out.
I investigate. Oh, is it my turn?
No,
you shot.
Okay.
It's Sean's turn.
Wait, I'm so
I guess I pick up this gun. I'm gonna point it at Bonnie.
I shoot you.
I'm going to play a restraining order to have you choose a different player to shoot instead.
Uh-oh. I guess I shoot Josh.
Well, Josh is dead.
Why? You only got shot once?
Because he's not
he's not a super cop.
Yeah, he's not the kingpin or agent, so he can only be shot once. So
And then I guess I
shot.
aim at you. Oh no, I dropped my gun.
Drop your gun, so it's
no.
Bonnie's turn.
I aim at you.
You'd better have some kind of equipment that's going to prevent you from getting shot in a second, because you're about to lose the game.
If you're going to pick up that gun, you're going to have to flip one of your integrity cards, and then I'm going to shoot you on my turn, so... the only other thing you could do is draw equipment and maybe it does something better, yeah. So reveal one of your 2 cards when you do that.
Oh, yeah, totally. And... I let out the dog on you, you drop your gun.
Uh-oh.
Well, so now neither of us have a gun. Okay. Well, what is happening here?
I'm putting that card on the bottom. Whose turn is it, Rob?
It's my turn, and I pick up a gun.
Is it Rob's turn?
No, it's Rob's turn. It's my turn.
That's how that works.
I guess I pick up a gun.
Now it's your turn.
You better equip something that makes him drop his gun again.
I don't know that's gonna happen, but...
Or saves you from being killed. Because your game's about to be over.
Okay. I shoot you.
Your game's over.
Aw.
Alright.
Blam, blam, blam!
Crooked cops win.
Yay!
Yay!
Yay?
No.
Question mark?
Sorry.
How are you a crooked cop?
Because
Me?
Yeah.
because he has 2 crooked cards.
This game is dumb.
It seems like a reasonably good game.
He turned me into an honest cop.
Yeah.
I
With
was
his
worth
planted
a
evidence.
try
Which...
to make that
I
happen.
forgot
Man.
about that.
Everybody would have been against you.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what's a bit perplexing about it.
It's a commentary on
Today's legal system.
today's legal system. Alright, so we are talking about Good Cop, Bad Cop. The game in which we are all cops, and some of us are good and some of us are bad. What did you think?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a deduction game, and I like deduction games because they're simple, it's, an easy social interaction thing to do, and you can do it with a lot of people. I think those are some of the big strengths on games like this. But, yeah, I agree, this isn't the best deduction game I've played, but it's also not the worst.
That's true.
So...
We have a video of the worst
That's true.
deduction game we've ever played.
We do indeed.
I think I don't gravitate towards the theme.
Okay.
I don't really care.
Sure.
I don't gravitate towards the artwork. I don't really care. There's not really, like I said, the gameplay is simple and it would be easy to teach people. It's something that I would take to a game night to play with just random strangers and not be too concerned about people being upset about the subject matter. I mean, there are guns, but
Oh, sure.
whatever.
Yeah.
don't have any real problem with component quality. I'm not really sure why it comes with standees.
For the guns? Yeah, that's kind of a weird thing to me, too.
But it's there.
So you think the theme and art just kind of fall flat for you?
Yeah, I just don't have any interest in it.
Yeah.
And
there's just enough other deduction games that are either the same or a little better for you that you'd rather play those.
Yeah,
that's more or less how I feel about it. I kind of like the theme, though. Like, I like the idea of a social deduction game that's based on the idea of having corrupt cops and honest cops and trying to figure out who's honest and who's corrupt in the system. I just don't think that this implements it as well as I want it to be implemented.
I mean, there is an expansion that came out for it. I'm not invested enough in the game to, be like, oh, we gotta try it with the expansion. But there's a good chance that they probably improved upon it dramatically by adding more things. But for me, a primary hurdle is not caring about the theme or artwork.
Yeah,
so that's
exactly.
not going to change with an expansion. It's going to be more of the same.
Yeah, definitely a problem.
But you're right. It plays quickly and smoothly, and there really aren't any issues that I can tell. Like, this would probably be fine. If someone asked me, do you think I should buy this game? I would say, well, compare it to other deduction games and make your choice based on that, because if you are more interested in this theme than like Coup with its weird
dystopia
future, then I know people who don't like that game because of its theme.
Sure.
So if someone thought that this was something they'd be really into, fine. Like,
do you feel like one of the things I don't like about this is that a game like The Resistance, for example, which is another one of my favorite deduction games, the gameplay is mostly about,
human interaction.
Yeah. Where this is, okay, it's my turn, I'm going to investigate, I look at one of your cards, okay, I know that thing about you, and that's pretty much all that happens in this game.
Yeah.
Is it's just however many turns it takes you to gather the information about however many other players there are to figure out who your enemy is, and then you shoot them.
Yeah.
Which I think is a big weakness for this game.
I have no response to that because I think I agree.
Well, then great.
But I don't think you should put this in the same category as The Resistance because that's a social deduction game.
Sure.
I don't believe this is a social deduction game. It's just a deduction card game.
And you put this more in a class with like Masquerade and Coup.
Well, Masquerade is more of a bluffing kind of game because you like say I'm this thing and
that's
you
true.
do it and people either call your bluff or don't, which Coup also is. This one you could bluff, like you could like be doing this whole interaction.
No, I'm an honest cop. Yeah. I mean, like why are you busting my chops?
Everybody could be talking at each other like that. But when we played, nobody did because there didn't seem to be really any impetus for doing so. Yeah. Like, it's just, okay, well, I'm going to investigate your card. And at that point, someone could be like, why are you investigating me? But, like, it was just like, okay, yeah, you want more information. That's a logical decision. So we all just kind of, like, investigate each other. Yeah. And then we started pointing guns at each other. And then we shot each other. And that was it. Yeah. So I don't know if every game follows that same logical step. I don't know if having more players involved, because if you have 8 people playing,
there's no way you can investigate everybody.
Yeah. So you need to rely on, okay, you looked at him. What do you think he is? Like, what did you say?
He's the kingpin. He's got the kingpin card, guys.
It's like, do I trust you? And that kind of thing. Yeah. So probably don't play this with 4 people. Because otherwise it's just going to be a very simplified procedural. You do this, this, and this. And that's that. Yeah. But at the same token, I would rather play Masquerade than this any day. So and they are both in the same size box and probably cost the same. Yeah. So I absolutely would not recommend this over Masquerade, even though they're not quite the same game.
Sure.
So,
any other thoughts, or do you want to move to rating?
I would give it a 5.
That's
I
about
guess.
what I was going to
like.
give it
I'm
too,
okay
a 5.
with it.
Yeah.
You know.
I think it's a good game. I don't hate it. I would play it if somebody brought it. I just wish that there was more going on, and maybe the expansion does add that.
Well, I mean, it's gonna have more going on, but
yeah, but I mean, in that like social interaction way, I think that's one of the big things that a deduction game kind of needs, rather than just flipping cards over. And maybe that's also just a matter of player counts, that you need to have more than 4 people for that to be viable. So anyway, good cop, bad cop. We gave it 5 out of 10. Check it out if the theme interests you.
I have a question for you.
What's your question?
Are you a cop?
Are you a cop?
Are you a cop?
Are you a cop?
I'm not a cop!
I'm not a cop.
Oh, okay.
Well, I might be a cop.